I've been doing this since I was 18, so I can't recall a day where I woke up and I got out of bed and I didn't go, ooh, like a 90-year-old man. But you don't really realize you're living with the pain until somebody's working you over, and then you realize it shouldn't be as painful while it's happening. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And you're a lot younger than all of us that grew up on the Attitude Era. So who were the people that you were watching? Are you tuning in for the most, or more excited about being on TV?
People always feel old when I say this, but the guy that was world champion when I first started watching was Brock. I remember watching Brock versus Rock,
right?
And being like, that guy just beat The Rock. I was just so confused. I was like, who's this gigantic animal of a man? And then, I was already just hooked at the prospect of it, and I'd be on YouTube and I would be watching, older wrestling.
Uh-huh.
I don't think I was the biggest fan of what was going on present day as I was growing up, outside of a couple talents. Like, I remember loving CM Punk, loving Kurt Angle, loving Eddie Guerrero. There was like specific guys that I really gravitated towards, but for the most part, I always found myself watching like old 80s wrestling on YouTube.
Okay.
Because there's something about it that just felt much more visceral, and I related to it more. Like, I remember being little just watching Piper, watching Mid-South Wrestling and Crockett, World Class, which is why it was so crazy when I got the call for Iron Claw, just because, like, I know so much about the Von Erichs already.
We didn't know he's going Hollywood.
What's that?
He's going Hollywood now.
Yeah, a little bit. I will say this.
You're doing voice acting too, yeah?
Yes, I actually just did voice acting for a DC animated superhero movie, and that was a lot of fun. I voiced Killer Croc, and that was really fun. And I just did a comedy indie flick called Floaters. Freaking Seth Green's in it, and a couple really other awesome people, and that was a lot of fun. Like, I think a lot of the time that when people look at wrestlers going into acting, because Hulk Hogan did such a shit job, well, he did, let's be honest, like probably one of the worst actors of all time, people were like so hesitant of letting pro wrestlers into acting. But thanks to like trailblazers like freaking Cena and Rock and Batista just absolutely